Hey, what's up, guys? Weaver here. You're going to be working on Project 1.8, Build a Body App. Okay, I'm going to modify it a bit, just a little bit. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to do you a solid and kind of guide you through the first couple steps. You should know a lot of the block code from your Germ Fighter app because we just completed that. You're going to use some of the basic same premises from that app in this Build a Body. PLTW wanted you to kind of do this all on your own, but I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to guide you through the first part, and then I'm going to have you not do all of the organs in Build a Body, but just one drag and drop. So this is going to be a drag and drop game. So if you're not at Project 1.8 to follow along, go ahead and go there to PLTW. We're on the design process. So here's what they want. Um, Apps can be very useful for education. They can help introduce content, reinforce content, and allow students to practice new skills in a fun, interactive environment. So basically, you're going to design an app, and your client is a life science teacher. Your target consumer are your age, they're middle school students. The problem statement is this: a middle school life science teacher is describing the anatomy of the human body and wants an engaging and interactive way for her students or his students to learn where the different body parts and organs are. Here's the design statement. I'll let you read that on your own. And again, I'm pulling this from PLTW. But I want to get into the design requirements and criteria. So it says your app must meet the following requirements: include the outline of the human body, include at minimum the following body systems, organs, the brain, urinary, digestive, and respiratory with the heart. Allow the user to drag the organs, body systems with their fingers, so the user is dragging across their screen to the correct location to the human body outline. When the user drags and drops to the correct location, it should stay in place on the human body outline. If a user does not drag an organ system to its correct location on the human body outline, the organ must return to its original location on the screen. It will give the user 1 point for every correct placement. It includes a reset button. It will also include one of the following additional features: a decrement score whenever the user places an organ body in the wrong location. So it will take away a point, so decrement. Include a timer of 30 seconds. And it will include a solution button, so it gives you kind of like a clue of what that respiratory system does and where it needs to be placed. Display a description of the functionality of the organ body system when the user clicks on it. Okay, so that's what you're doing. And the view layer in the pre-built app is done here. So you're going to need to download this buildabody.i or .aia App Inventor application. Okay, you'll need to download that, and then we're going to import it into your projects in MIT App Inventor. Okay, I'm going to let you go ahead and do that. I'm going to pause the video for a second. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you what the completed app does. Now, let me remind you that you only need to do one portion of the game for it to function. Okay, you don't have to do all of the systems. I'm going to guide you through the brain and the different codes to get it to work properly, and then you're going to pick one of these to get it to function properly. Okay, so here's what it looks like in design mode. Here is the completed deal. Let me minimize this and move my face out of the way. Go over here. And here's the completed block code. It is a lot of code. I'm not going to require you to do all of that. You're just doing one. You're going to focus on one system, okay? One organ. Again, these are all collapsed right now, but I can show you the different blocks here, okay? But it's a lot. let me show you what the actual app does. I'm going to go ahead and connect via Chromebook. So here is how the app is to function. Wait for it. Okay, so the timer's already started. I didn't even start yet, but it's already started. But you're supposed to be able to, and I'm using my finger here on the touchscreen, to drag the organ to where it needs to be. So that's the brain. It gives me the processes, and it processes information from internal and external sources of the body. Okay, and then let's go. This looks like respiratory, and it is respiratory. I'm going to say respiratory should be right around there. And here is where our food is broken down. So after lunch, it's getting broken down, and it should go there. So it should be a drag and drop. Okay, and then I've got a score 3. I don't know why I didn't get 4. I guess because I accidentally misplaced one or didn't go properly. I got them all right. And then there's a time up. All right, I'm going to reset it. I'm going to start it again. Drag and drop, brain. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Okay, I got a score of 4, and I still have time left. Okay, that's what the game is supposed to do. Let me go back to our other screen. So how do we code that, Weaver? Well, let's get into it. Okay, I'm back. This is what they've given us so far. Okay, if you downloaded the pre-built app and then uploaded it to MIT, they've given you the design mode already. And then here's your blocks. They've given you some variables that they've already put in there. But we need to do some things with this. Again, let's just focus on one. So I'm going to give you some guidance and some help here. I'm going to focus on the digestive system. Okay. So here they've already given us the touchdown. So this is where they are currently. Okay. The urinary system is at 1. The brain is at 2. And the respiratory system's at 3. And the digestive is at 4. If we go back to our design mode, that's where they are located. Okay. Right here. Now let's focus on digestive. So we already have digestive. I would click over here. And I'm going to need a dragged. So when digestive system is dragged, I'm going to place that there. Okay, I'm going to focus on that. I need to call that digestive system to do something. So I'm going to go back to digestive system. I'm going to go call. And then I'm going to need it to move to. And again, our XY coordinates. So I'm going to put my call. There we go. And X, I need to get something. So it needs to be at current. So if I go to my variables and I go to get, okay, and then I'm going to duplicate that and have another get, drop that on my Y, drop that on my X. I need to change that to current. Okay, get current. So if I hit the drop down menu, where's my mouse? It's easier with the mouse. Okay, is my mouse on? My mouse is off. Okay, here we go. All right. It's not doing what I want it to do. Here we go. Current X, and then I need this to be on current Y. Okay. So that's when we drag it. Okay, I'm going to test this, see if it works. So right now, I should be able to drag the digestive system. I just want to test to see if it works. So I'm going to go ahead and connect. Go to Chromebook. According to that block, I should be able to drag the digestive system. And I shouldn't be able to drag anything else because I only did the digestive system. So here is the digestive system. Okay, I can drag it. That works. Now I can't place it anywhere. That's going to be another block of code. So I can drag that, so that works. I should not be able to drag that, which I can't because I didn't create that yet. Okay, good. I can't drag that yet, and I can't drag that yet because I didn't create the blocks for that. I've only created a block for digestive. Okay, that works. All right, let me go back. Okay, so I'm going to think about this in a flowchart type form. Okay, so if I begin the program, if I drag the organ, is the organ sprite in the correct location? So if no, then the organ goes back to its original location. If yes, then the organ should snap into place. Okay, and then I should get a point after that. And then I make the organ sprite placement disappear. And it should be locked in. Okay, so I think I need to think of some code to get that to move and drop in because it's got to be drag and drop. Okay, so for working on digestive system, I've got these variables that they pre-built for us, but they're set to 0. So here's what we need to think about. We've got our original digestive system, x. So that's our x coordinate. And we have our y coordinate. They're both set to 0. We need to figure out those two coordinates as far as the original coordinates. And then we need to figure out the placement xy coordinates. And we need to plug those numbers in there. Okay, so let's figure out their original x and y coordinates. So we have our two variables here, x and y, digestive. I need to figure out x and y. So if I go back to designer, and here's my digestive, I click on it. Over here, underneath my properties, it has given me x as -2 and y is 14. Okay, I'm going to save those two numbers in my head, -2 and 14, and I'm going to go back to blocks. So x is -2 and y is 14. Got it. Now I need a placement though. For when I drag and drop it, it needs to go to that x and y coordinate. I need to figure that out. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drag it here about right here is where it should go. And it changes to x is 101 and y is 79. I like that where it is. Maybe it needs to go down just a little bit, though. Maybe right there. Let me toy around with this. What if I made this 99 and I made y 136? That's where it should go. Because my digestive isn't up here. My digestive is down here. I would need respiratory up there. This is going to be my digestive. So did you guys see how I did that? So again, digestive does not go here. That's respiratory. Digestive goes here. So you can simply just put it where you need it to be as far as placement. And my x is 99 and my y is 148. I kind of like the 136. About right there. That's what I like. Okay, so that's where it needs to be placed. So I need to go plug those numbers in. Digestive for x is going to be 99. And for y, I said 136. Okay, now I'm going to test it out. I'm going to connect Chromebook. Wait for it. Oh, it didn't go back to its original location though, right? But anyway, I should be able to drag and drop it and click it there. And it should stay. This, I can't move yet. I haven't coded that. That I can't move. That I can't move. This, now I know I can click and drop it where I need to place it. Okay, that works. All right, moving right along. Okay, so we already have our touchdowns, right? When it's dragged, we already have the touchdowns pre-built for us. So we're going to need a touch up and able to increment our score. So we're working on digestive system. Let me move my face up here. I'm going to go here to digestive. We need a digestive system touch up. Digestive system is here. And I need a touch up. There's touch down, there's touch up. I'll put that there. I'm going to throw in an if then else. I need an if then else. I'll drop that there. Okay. If then else, and then I need it to call when it's collided with the placement. Okay, similar to germ fighter. So if the digestive system collides with the placement, something's going to happen. Okay, so I need to call digestive collide with. Let me find it. That's not the one I want. Okay, call digestive colliding with other. That should fit in that first if. Snap in there. Other is going to be digestive placement. So if I go here, digestive system placement, it should be green, and it's going to say digestive system placement. This one here. Okay. So when the user touches up and it collides with the placement, then this needs to happen. We're going to move it. We're going to call move to XY. I'm going to drop it there. Okay, sorry about that. I got a phone call and I had to answer that. Anyway, you need to get a call digestive system move to, and you got X and Y. And then you go back to your variables and you get a get. Actually, you're going to need two of them. So you can just duplicate that and you can put that in there. And you're going to need to change that X to get global digestive system placement. Okay, and it should be listed. There's a lot of them. Here's get original digestive. I need digestive system placement X, and I need this one to be digestive system placement Y. Oh my goodness, it's not going up. Digestive, I can't see it. Digestive system placement Y. So you got X, placement X, Y, placement Y. Else, what are we going to do? Else, we're going to get our digestive move to, or call digestive move to. Okay. So let's say the user drops it in the wrong place. We need to get it to go back to its original. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to duplicate both of those, and I'm going to change it to original X, digestive X, and make this original digestive Y. Okay, so what the block is saying is it's going to call, so if it collides with the digestive system placement, when we move it to the proper coordinates, it should drop there. If it does not, then it's going to go back to the original placement. Okay? Okay, remember, we want this to score, right? So we need to create that variable, and I need to initialize it. The only way for a score to work is we have to have a variable named score, just like in our previous game. And we need something from the math drawer. We need our block here, and we're going to set that at 0. Okay. Now, I'm looking at my notes so I can help you guys out here. We need to put in our code. This is just like from the last game. So now that I initialize that variable, initialize global score, and set it to 0, I can go back to variable and grab a set. Okay, I'm going to put my set and connect it to that purple here, and I'm going to go set global score. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to math, and I'm going to grab, because I want it to increment, right, by 1. So I'm going to drag, and I'm going to put that there. And that should be +1. So I need, oops, nope, I don't need that. I need this, and it should be +1. Okay. And then here needs to be a get global score. So I'm going to go to variables and grab a get global score. Okay, so it should add if I drag it in the proper placement in the XY. Okay. Then I'm going to go digestive placement. I'm going to grab a green. Set digestive placement visible. I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to drop it under here. And then I'm going to set that to go to logic and go to make that false. Okay, then I'm going to grab, I'm actually just going to duplicate that and drop that there and make this system and make this enabled. Make that enabled and set that to false. Okay. So once we get the point, the digestive placement is visible. Set that to false, and the digestive system is enabled. and set that to false. Okay. Okay, so those two blocks there, it controls, and if you hover over it, it'll tell you, it controls whether the image sprite moves and can be interacted with through collisions, dragging, touching, and through flinging it, right? So really, those two codes disable the organ sprite. Once it's in the correct location, it disables it, and it's there. Okay? So again, these two, once it's there, and it's placed. And if you go and drag the other organs, it's not going to move it. Okay? It's not going to move that current organ that's in place. I don't know if that makes sense. Clear as mud? But anyway, you need those two. It prevents, once it's placed in the proper place, it prevents it from moving again. There. That's simple terms there. Right? Okay. Next, we need one more block because we need a score label. Because we're supposed to get a score for it, for digestive. So if I go to score label, do I have a score label? Hold on. Let me think about this. You know, we can't do a score label yet because we didn't put that in our design mode. So we're going to have to go back to design mode and add our score label. Okay. We're going to need a start button, a reset button, a solution button, and time's up. All right. And then we're going to need a score label and a time label. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So let's start with our start button. Okay, so I need a horizontal arrangement. And I'm going to drop it down here. Okay. That looks all right. I'm going to fill that. I'm going to fill parent. It's a little bit big. I'm going to roll with that. So now I need a start button. Okay. Then go back to buttons. Grab start button. I'm going to drop it there. And I'm going to name that start button. Okay. And then the text is going to say in my properties, change that to start. Okay. Then I need a reset button. So I'm going to drag another button here and drop it right there. And I'm going to change that text to reset. Okay. Did that. And then I need a solution button. So I'm going to add a solution. And then I can type that. Actually, I forgot to rename this one. This is going to be renamed reset button. Okay. And this is going to be rename solution. Okay. Okay. All right. I went back. I changed the property for that width on that horizontal arrangement. On horizontal arrangement 1, I just left the width at automatic. It looks a little bit easier on the eyes. Okay, we're going to need a times up label. I'm going to put this right there. And it's going to say time's up once the time is up. Okay. Let's see, where did it go? I actually want it up. Okay, so drag your label. It should go underneath your solution. So it should go right over to the side of it. And it can just be automatic as far as width and height. I'm going to rename that. Call it times up. Okay. And in your text, it's not going to say anything because we're going to code it to say something. Okay. So you have your start, your reset, your solution. That's in your designer mode. Okay. We need a couple more things. We need another horizontal arrangement and 2 more labels. So I'm going to go back to layout, horizontal arrangement, and I'm going to drop it. Well, my screen moved. Horizontal arrangement, I'm going to drop it underneath the start and reset solution horizontal arrangement if I can. There we go. Right there. Okay, I'm going to drop it there. Horizontal arrangement 2, and I'm going to put in a score label and a timer label. Okay, so I need to go to label. And I'm going to drop it down in that horizontal label or horizontal arrangement. Actually, didn't drop where I wanted it to drop. It needs to go below into the actual horizontal. Sometimes this program is finicky and it drives me crazy. I'm just going to delete that. The label needs to go into the horizontal arrangement. There we go. And I'm going to rename that one score label because that's what I was looking for earlier. Score label. This is going to be a really long video. Sorry, guys. Score label. Then I need another label. Drop it underneath that score label. Well, that's not what I wanted it to do, so I'm going to change it. Hold on. Okay, so I got that to drop in. So you got horizontal arrangement 2. You should have a score label and a time label. I called it timer label. So your score label, your text should say score : 0 because that's where it's going to be set. And your timer is going to say time. And I think they wanted it at 30 seconds. So it's going to say 30. Okay, sorry about that. We didn't finish the design mode, but that's what you should have. And then we should be able to go back and code that one score label to change. Let me go back. Okay, I think we were here. We needed one more block in your digestive touch up block. We need a set score label. So I'm going to go to score label now that we've created it. Score label text. Set score label text. And I'm going to drop it outside of my if then else. Set score label text to, and it needs to get the score. So go to variables, grab a get, and change it to global score. Boom. All right, I think that's enough for today. As far as me talking, if we have time left in class, you're going to basically duplicate this, but change it for the other digestive or the other organs or body part. Okay. Let's see if this works real quick. I'm going to connect Chromebook. So basically what we've coded, it should drag and drop and we should get a score. It should be an increment of 1. We haven't done any decrements. All right, so here we go. We've got our score. We've got our timer label here. We've got our start, reset, and solution now. And the only thing we've coded so far is this digestive. So if I start this, well, we haven't coded that yet either. But we have coded where we can move this. And if I drop it, it does give me an increase, an increment of 1 for my score. Okay, so that works. We just need to work on our timer, which I'll give you that later, and probably need a reset button. But you can basically go back to your germ fighter and try to figure it out on your own. Okay. So your objective, what I want is I showed you about the drag and drop of the digestive system. I showed you the start, reset, and solution button, which we haven't done that yet. I'm going to have to show you that in class. But I'm going to need you to pick one of these to do the same thing that we just did. It should be pretty easy. All right, that's it. Weaver out.